So I'd like to tell you a quick story to give you context into why I'm doing this event in the first place. Earlier this year, in January, my wife and I, we went to Rwanda for our yearly vacation. You need to recharge. And we went to a place called Akagera National Park, deep in Rwanda. And we had a tour guide, his name was Imable. And Imable told us about many animals, but this animal is one of the most common animals you see in any safari. It's called an impala. Who has heard of it before? You heard of an impala before? So an impala is an antelope, really beautiful, fresh animal. There are usually lots of them in the bush. You would see many of them. Any safari you go to, South Africa anywhere, you will see lots of impalas. And fun fact, they are called the McDonald's of the forest. Yeah, because of this M thing on their behind. And again, because every predator is the impala, right? Lions eat them, tigers eat them. Everyone is the impala because they are fresh, they are beautiful, and all that. So our tour guide told us a story that when a lion sees a group of impalas like this, or a predator sees a group of impalas like this, it will be too stressful for you to start running into them, fighting them, trying to get one for lunch. So what it does is that it stays at a distance and roars, right? And when the lion roars, or when the predator roars, what usually happens is every of the animals will run towards many directions, but there's always that unfortunate one or two that run in a different direction, right? And ladies and gentlemen, that's usually the one that gets eaten by the predator. Why am I sharing this story with you? The job we have chosen as salespeople is a tough job, right? It's never ever going to get easy. That day would not come when your managers look at you and say, wow, you've done a good job. You know what? No target for you this quarter. It will never come. In fact, the reward for hard work for us is more work. Because they will say, if this guy can bring 10 million, let's push him small. Maybe he can bring 20, maybe he can bring 50. And it keeps going on like that. So it gets hard, right? It always gets harder. The day will not come and it gets easier. But ladies and gentlemen, the first thing that inspired me to do this was, please don't let that day come when it gets so hard that you start moving alone, right? Because that's usually the recipe for failure, quite literally and figuratively. Don't let that time come when it becomes, oh, alone in my thoughts, nobody gets me in this organization. Even in life generally, nobody gets me, I'm just alone, I'm on my own. The moment anything pushes you to that direction in life, that thing is ready to kill you. And I'm saying that literally and figuratively. So one of the things I'm trying to achieve with this event, and I'm saying I'm trying because I've not done this before, is can we build a community of salespeople where we are growing and exchanging knowledge together? Right, if I ask you now, how many successful, who is the top performing salesperson in Access Bank? Who knows? Who is the top performing salesperson in GT Bank? Maybe Tommy Chokwe knows. She doesn't. Right, who is the top performing salesperson in Money Point? But tell me how many sales coaches do you know? You start thinking, you can mention names now. Right, so we have lots of people that can talk. And no offense to sales coaches, I mean, they have their part to do in the industry. Kudos to them. But we see lots of people that talk a lot of fancy things, but they are not on ground. Their hands are not dirty, right? Someone that used to sell in 2001 telling us of MedPeak framework or band framework. We know these things, you know these things, right? But bros, what have you sold? Has a customer called you a fool before in their conference room? Have they told you never to call them again? I called a customer one time, he said, when did you, it was when I just joined. He said, when did you join that business? I told you, they will soon sack you too. Why are you that angry? So I want people that experience this life to tell me what to do. So imagine a picture where we can get the top salesperson in GT, Access, Sahara, InterSwitch, put them in the same room with yourself, and let's discuss. I feel like we're going to get better results from doing that than getting a coach come and tell us, believe in yourself, handle objection, fight back. I was sharing with our facilitators in the break room upstairs. Most times, if you want to preach to someone, they will not even let you talk. So how much is it? So let me show you how much is it. So let me explain how much is it. So I don't want a case where we have people teaching us methodologies. I want us to share and learn together. I'm also still a salesperson. I have my targets, right? By Monday, by God's grace, I'll go back to the office and defend my target for this quarter. I have a manager I report to, right? I'll do performance review like everyone in this room. So I'm still in the trenches, like you, right? In the sales trenches. But there are some things I've figured out in this journey that I feel like if God put this in me, by the way, I'm a Christian, a pastor maybe, so you hear a lot of God. I hope you're comfortable with that. If God has placed this thing in me, why not share it, right? And that's why I'm doing this event. And I'm hoping that we can build something on top of it later. Is that a good thing to do? Wonderful. Please put your hands together for yourself. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing quota and code. On that note, I'd like us to go around the room to introduce ourselves. Can I get a second mic? Your name, your company, and your current quarterly target for this quarter. So your name, your company, and your current. If your company is not a very popular company, just give us a very short intro what you do. Right? So Isaac, Infobib, this, and then your target for this quarter. Please be as accurate as possible. Your target for this quarter in revenue. Okay, let's just, how many people's targets are in revenue here? How many people's targets are in profit? Profit. Profit. Okay, so do you know the revenue number? My target also is in profit. So I was trying to do calc. So it doesn't matter how much revenue I bring, how much is the profit? That's what I'm being measured against. Billion. Okay, finally, that's the sign. You look like it though. Yeah? It does. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is I work with technology at a BPO. Our structure is really
yeah.
target per thing, not individual.
Yeah.
So for this quarter is
$150,000. All right, thank you. Put your hands together, everyone. Who was the person with the highest number after the billion there? What's the number again? 3 billion. Anyone topping 3 billion? Go in. Please come up stage. We have a gift for you. Yeah. Mano, give me the box. Please come up stage. Come up stage. Don't be shy. So we are officially announcing you as our quota champion. Bring your box. It's a very prestigious title. You are not clapping well enough. On behalf of myself and my family, please come up stage. I'm presenting this certificate to you as our quota champion.
Thank you.
Okay, and then it comes with a gift also.
Okay.
It's a JBL headphone.
Wow.
We hope you take more calls, crush more deals, and God help you. Please put together for put it in the box. All right, for the rest of us, God help us. So now let's get into it. Let's get our hands dirty. Quota and Code 2026. Are you excited?
Yes.
All right. So I'll start with a keynote to explain the state of AI generally, and then we'll get into the hands-on session. I feel like at some point I'll lose this suit, but let's see how it goes. First, as a disclaimer, I'm going to use the title salesperson, salespeople a lot all through this discussion. It's a title some people don't like because that name has been abused by some. So customer growth manager, business development manager, enterprise territory manager, as long as you're bringing money to the business, for today, we're all salespeople, right? Because I'll use the title a lot of times. First, and the second thing I want to also note is that everybody in this room is assumed you are already selling. And it's important to clarify that because this is not going to be a sales coaching session. We're not teaching you how to sell. That's not my intention. My intention is to help you do better with AI tools, right? And now as an introduction, I like to say sales is the greatest profession in the world. And I say that with every form of humility, right? Because in life, everyone is selling, whether or not you have the title or not. We are just fortunate to be the ones to be doing this with that title. If you're a parent here, you have to teach your children the values of a good life. You're selling that to them, right? If you're a pastor, you're telling your audience to live a good life, follow holiness. You're selling that idea to them. For many of us that are married here, you found a woman, you have to sell her on the idea that she should spend the rest of her life with you. God help you. God help you, she agrees. Then you carry yourself to her parents and essentially sell yourself to them and say, this child you've raised all their life, I want you to entrust her to me. So we're all selling one way or the other, right? And that's why I say sales is the greatest profession in the world. I also dare say salespeople are less likely to get scammed, right? Because we don't see things for the ephemeral value they are. Someone says, bring 100K, I'll give you 500K. Your first reason is why? How? Right? So we have the best job in the world, and I like to put your hands together to yourself for that, or for yourself. However, we are seeing that there is a shift already, and you've heard this many times, but I'll say it again. Every organization today is already thinking about to integrate artificial intelligence into their workflows. And it makes sense that they are doing that. For example, you're sitting in this room with the big numbers on your head. You have a salary, maybe performance bonus, pension is being paid on you, maybe HMO. In December, you will get end of year bonus. Some people get profit sharing. You get TGIF allowance every quarter. That's almost 7, 8, 9, 10 things the business is spending on your head. And sometimes now, because we are getting to that time of life, we are hearing things like, emotional intelligence coaching. So your manager now has to deal with your, what's that thing they call it? Your mental health. So you compare all that cost, all that ideas, all that stress versus the company paying just one license for one tool that to do maybe the same thing, right? It makes business sense that every business is thinking in this direction. As a matter of fact, if your manager or your business has not directly told you that they are thinking towards this direction, I put it to you, they are already. Because that's the only logical thing that makes business sense. As a matter of fact, today, most investors will listen to you if you find a way to put AI into your pitch. Right? Now, I'm not saying this to scare you, because that's the first response most people get. They start becoming defensive. I'm saying this to let you know that you should have a plan. Right? If you have a headache, for example, maybe you have a headache and your leg is paining you, and you put it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT is going to give you an answer like, oh, nice. But I challenge you, ask ChatGPT or any AI to something you know, like something you really know. And you see the answer will be like, who understands what I'm saying? So like something you know, like a domain you are an expert in, you start realizing, okay, not so, oh, I'm sorry, let me try that again, right? So where we are now, even though these things are real, we still do not trust them enough to leave the entire business in their hands. So this is the first stage of what's going to happen. Eventually, when that downsizing comes, or when that restructuring comes, the people that will be spared for now are those that already have the temperature towards AI. So your first challenge in this room after this session is that in your quarterly meetings now, in your business meetings, be the one that is recommending AI. Be the one asking, oh, how can we use AI to do this? Oh, what tool can we leverage on this? Be the one bringing it up now. So when that time comes, be like, oh, okay, it's Chinwe that brought this idea. Let's keep her to manage the agents. And I guarantee you on that go, that day will come. It will happen. Right? So challenge one, have a plan. When you go to the office on Monday, once you're having quarterly meetings, anything that looks manual, be the one to start recommending, how can we automate this? How can we simplify this process? What that does immediately, that puts you ahead of every other person. Because at the point where we are with these tools, they still require human intervention, right? So all the tools I will show you today, all the tools we're going to use together today, if you don't understand everything, it's fine. The first thing you should know is that, number one, be the one recommending it in the room. Number two, be aware that these tools exist. Be aware that there are tools that can do these things. And then the day you need them, you can call on them. It's like having a fire extinguisher at the back. You don't expect to carry fire extinguisher at your back every day waiting for fire. But you should at least know where it is and know how to use it. So that's what I want you to see with these tools. Don't get, it's too hard, let me leave it. No. Just know they exist, pay attention, be aware that they exist, be aware that they can do X, Y, Z for you, and then when the time comes, and I promise you that they will come, right? You can be the one to use them. Now we are getting into AI discussions. There are 3 levels of artificial intelligence generally. The first level is where most people are. That's your large language models. It's not as intelligent as you think. It's just guessing the next word that is reasonable, right? So AI models, a lot of people ask ChatGPT, can you do this for me? And he says, yes, he does it. Large language models, that's what they do, right? In your docket, the files in front of you, there are documents that explains each of these things, so you can also reference them when you get back home. In that document, I wrote that they don't have memory, because when I was preparing the script and the documents and this presentation, they indeed did not have memory. But in 1 or 2 weeks now, ChatGPT has introduced memory, Claude has introduced memory, so now they do have memory. But by definition, large language models are, you ask them to do something, they give you a response. Send me an email, write me an email to my boss, he gives you the feedback and stops. Maybe to say, do you want me to go ahead? You say yes. How can I do this? He gives you the response and it stops. A lot of people are here. I expect everyone in this room, you've used ChatGPT, you are here, right? Stage 2 is AI workflows. And workflows is for tools like, who has used Zapier before AI became a crazy thing? Zapier, anyone? Okay. So tools like that, you tell you, for example, every morning, go to my CRM platform, pull my leads, check their social media profile, then send me a report. So you do step 1, step 2, step 3. Those are workflows. Now, the problem with workflows is if any part of that flow breaks, the entire workflow will go off. So if you say, for example, every morning go to my CRM, do this, or every morning scout the internet and find a lead that fits my portfolio, if the tool that is supposed to scout the internet stops working, API expired for whatever reason, the entire workflow breaks. Microsoft Power Automate, has anyone used it before? Okay, those are kind of workflow tools. Now, stage 3 is where everyone should be, and these are agents. One of my goals at the end of today is that you should be able to start saying, I have an agent for that. Who has built an agent already? You have an agent that does anything for you. You have one. You have Tolumide now. Of course, you have agents. You have agents. Right? So agents are, as I am like this, let me give you a sneak peek. This entire presentation was built by one of my agents. All the information in your dockets were built by another one of my agents. Most of the designs you received via email were built by my agents. I have a design agent. I have an agent for many things and all things. So they are just like my interns. And I say interns because they are not as intelligent at the beginning, but they start getting more intelligent as you use them. So my goal is at the end of the day, you will also have at least 1 or 2 agents that you can play around with. And that's what I want us to be. The idea of agents are, they call them goal-oriented. You know, with LLMs, you tell them, I want to X, Y, Z, and it gives you a response. With workflows, you say, do step 1, do step 2, do step 3, do step 4. With agents, you tell it, this is the goal I want to achieve. It goes to look for the tools it's going to use. It goes to look for the way it's going to do it. It looks for the dependencies and the things that could fail, and then comes back to you and says, this is how I want to do this. Do you approve? And then you say, allow. And then just gets the job done. If at any point something breaks, it thinks again and says, okay, this didn't work. How can I do this? And gets it done like that. I'm going to show you everything, by the way. Just relax and drink your water. But this is where you should be, right? And I'm hoping by the end of today, you're going to be here. Now, I must give a disclaimer. It's very important. Before you start using AI agents for your company data or your organization tools, please get clearance from IT. Infovip, the company where I work, is an AI-first organization. So they encourage us to use AI. Right? And we have an internal AI environment where we load our information. So please don't go and load your company data on ChatGPT or public cloud. You are giving them free data. Whatever happens, I will not be held accountable. So please get clearance from your manager, get clearance from your IT. And it's a good thing, right? If you are the first person that will recommend to them that, oh, Mr. IT, when can we start implementing AI tools in our organization? I need a sandbox environment. What did you just say? You know, be the person, please. Be the person that is making those recommendations. It's very important that you are that person that is making these recommendations. It's very important you are the person making these recommendations. Because when that downsizing comes, when that restructuring comes, the team lead, so the way you have team lead retail, team lead this, that you have people under, you now have agent team leads. Do you get? Because those agents essentially work as humans. And I'm going to show you everything. You'll love it. Beautiful stuff. Right. Now, the tools we're going to use today, of course, the popular Claude. There's so much more we can do, ladies and gentlemen. But because this is the first of its kind training, I'm trying to not let us have to pay. Right? So most of the tools we're going to use are the free version. And of course, free things have their limitations. But I would then show you my own enterprise-grade agents that I've built, which is not on a free platform. Again, so that you are aware that this is possible. Right? We're going to use Notebook LM. In one of the emails I sent about financial record analysis. How many people saw that email? Right? How many people already read financial records? It's a gold mine. I was showing Madam Nkechi, or she said Nkechi, earlier this morning of how I use financial records to close deals. It's like jazz. I would also show you that, don't worry. And then we're going to use the famous ChatGPT, of course. And then this MDA bot is my own custom array of agents. I've never shown anybody outside our organization these agents before, right? So consider yourself lucky. Now, remember I said be the one thinking about these things. This, what you have here, is the ultimate 7 steps of selling, regardless of what industry you are in. You must find your targets, prospecting, right? You must build rapport with them. You must identify their needs. You must present a solution to them, handle their objections, close the deal. Like, this is standard. Regardless of what you are selling, you must follow this process in some way. Now, question 2 that should be in your head, you may want to write it down. Which of these points of selling can I leverage AI agents? The answer is all, right? But which one makes most sense to me? And I'll show you everything, don't worry. Now, you see that point 7. I know I said it's not a sales training class. I just want to really emphasize. This is another gold mine that a lot of people miss. So, ideal sales circle, you've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, you've closed the deal. But most people forget to ask for referrals. And I tell you, this is a gold mine. Think about it this way. If there is any customer you have now that is spending, say, 10 million, 50 million with you, there is a very high chance they have friends that are spending within that category. True or false? So if you've done the good job of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just ask them, is there anybody that's your friend that you can introduce me to? Most times they say yes. And so please, ask for referrals. That's the message. Ask for referrals. Yeah, so we're going to use Notebook LM for financial record analysis. And someone may ask, why not use ChatGPT or Claude? Eventually, when you start getting comfortable with these tools, you realize that they all have their different strengths. I just find it easier to do analysis of documents with Notebook LM. And I'll show you why. Yeah, then we're going to build custom projects with ChatGPT. You will love it when you see it. If you were paying for the enterprise version, it's called custom GPTs, and you can do much more complex things with that. But because it's the free version, we use custom projects. And then, again, remember, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to remember everything. Just know they exist. Be the one recommending it in your business now. And then when the time comes, you'll be the leader of the AI team. Now, I'm going to start from this point of personal branding, which is really important. And this is the first demo we're going to do together. You see, people love to buy things, but they don't like being sold to. Right? If I say to him, talk about a nice gown, you're most likely to say, oh, thanks, I bought it at. You will not tell me, oh, the salesperson at something sold it to me. Right? People like to feel like they made that buying decision, which is fine as long as you pay my money. So I realized personal branding helps you to stay ahead of the pack. True to God, when I launched my website, akaniisaac.com, it was, let me just do it. But the amount of deals I got out of having a personal website, it just separates you from everybody else. So paint a picture. 2 people come to meet you. Oh, my name is Isaac. I'm a salesperson at Infobip. This is my LinkedIn profile. And you see my profile, salesperson. Another person comes. My name is Isaac. I'm a consultant for communications. This is my website. Who are you more likely to listen to? You know the reason why companies hire KPMG and these people is for deniability. So if the thing goes wrong, you can say, oh, it's KPMG that a consultant advised us, not, oh, Mr. Fagbinle said we should do this. Do you get? So you want to position yourself as an advisor. And I think personal brand is important. It helps you stay ahead. It helps you stay away from everyone else. So one of the things we're going to do today, how many people came with their laptops? Okay, please. You can start firing up your laptop now. Everyone in this room is going to get a custom website today, courtesy of AI tools. You're going to build a website today. You're going to launch it today, free of charge. We're going to do it together. And please, when you are done, when you are pitching, so what I did, because my company is a foreign company and lots of terms and condition rules, I had to get clearance that this is how I want to approach sales. I'm pitching myself as this. I'm putting my personal website in front of my job title. So my job title officially is Customer Growth Manager. But on my website, what do I call myself? Strategic something, digital transformation something. So I put that in front when I'm speaking to new customers. And that's who they see before they now see, oh, he's an employee at. So they see me as someone that wants to consult for them. It's very important. So you're going to build that, and then you're going to launch that. So you may need to also get clearance from your organization, because some companies may look like you want to start taking business away from them. So it's important to get that clearance, that what you are doing is you are positioning yourself, right? Now, like I said again, I'll say it a million times, you do not need to remember every tool. Know they exist, know they can be used, and then when it's time to use them, you can fire up. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please clap for me, it's noisy. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, I'll send the slides to you. Yeah, you go to my website to get the slides. Thank you. I'll upload it on my website. All right. So now, let's get our hands dirty. Any questions before we proceed? Any questions? Yes? Can we get the mic?
Okay, let me just speak.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. From what I've seen so far,
Yeah.
it seems as if the whole thing seems to be geared to salespeople within the financial institution or something like that. So,
Yeah.
what happens to we that are core salesmen, traditional salespeople? I'm not a financial institution or salesperson.
Good.
How do I maximize my behavior today?
Absolutely, that's a good question. You're going to maximize it. Remember I said the only question I'm going to ask is, does this apply to you? These steps, does it apply to you? Then everyone is going to get value. You're going to get value. As long as whatever it is you are selling, your number one is you must find customers, right? And then you must build rapport with them. And then you must, except, is anybody in this room that this does not apply to, these 7 steps? Nobody, right? So everyone is going to get value, I assure you, right? Again, if maybe for any reason I don't touch on your points, it's important that just be aware. That awareness is important, that these tools exist. In the dockets in front of you, there are explanations for all of these things. So you can then go and build custom ones for yourself. All right. So let's start with our first demo. Emmanuel. Where's Emmanuel? Thank you. All right. Is anyone here that you don't have your laptop with you? You don't have your laptop. Okay. Who wants to volunteer themselves that when I'm doing my own test, I'm building your own website, and you don't have a laptop, not you, Angie. Anybody? You don't have a laptop, I'll build, okay, we're going to use Shino's page then. All right, so step 1, I will need that docket. Get one of those things, so I'm following what I've promised. Bring one of those. So we want to build a custom website using 3 tools we're going to use. Chat. Yeah. Have I gotten? Yeah, I've gotten someone here. So, prompt engineering, prompt cowboy. Okay. So first things first, before we build, there's something called prompt engineering. So because AI models are only as good as the questions you ask them, it's important you learn how to ask them good questions. Now, there is a whole field of study called prompt engineering that actually teaches you how to talk to AI. Before now, part of my presentation was to have a whole session on prompt engineering. But as we all know, there is now an AI tool for that. So step 1 I want you to do is to go to your website. By the way, there is internet available in the room. The Wi-Fi password is on the table. We only ask that you use it responsibly so everyone can get access. So the first thing you want to do is go to the website promptcowboy.ai. Promptcowboy.ai. Prompt Cowboy. So what that site does essentially is to help you build correct prompts that get you the result you need. Yeah, promptcowboy.ai. Are you there? Prompt Cowboy. P-R-O-M-P-T. Cowboy. So this takes out everything of prompt engineering. Are you there? Now on the side, open your LinkedIn page.